Hello, and welcome to this week's Rocksmith developer stream. I have a lot of echo in my microphone, which is interesting. Oh, that's much better. Hello, I'm Doug Lilly. I am the community developer for Rocksmith, and if this is your first time joining us, first off, welcome. Every week we look at the past week or this week's DLC. We play through it. We talk about it sometimes, maybe not all the time. But today we'll probably do some talking. We're going to give away prizes. We've got 2 prize packs from Ernie Ball on the way, as well as some copies of this week's DLC, which is the Paramore Song Pack 2. We came out with one last January, and we had one Paramore song on disc for 2014, I believe. But yeah, we've got 3 more songs from Paramore this week, and we're going to take a look at those right now. Then we'll go back and play some of them. And welcome back. Again, you were watching the Rocksmith dev stream this week for Paramore Song Pack number 2. This week, 3 songs. We've got Ignorance, Rose-Colored Boy, and Misery Business. We're going to play all those. First, a little bit of logistics. They are doing some renovations here in the studio, so if you hear the occasional banging of hammers or squealing of saws, it's probably fine. Hopefully, we won't lose power. That would be my preference, is if we stay powered on throughout the entire stream. Hopefully, yours too. Right now, we're going to meet our first guests. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
It's really rainy. People are going to mention it. We're all wearing beanies. We're all wearing
Yeah, well, we had to walk all the way around the block to get to this office. So
yeah, because of the renovations.
Yeah.
And it's rainy here in San Francisco, and it's comfortable. In these
It
beanies.
is.
I feel protected.
And warm.
I feel that no one can get to my thoughts.
Yep.
My thoughts are remaining where they need to be.
That's important.
It's good.
In my head.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing?
Great.
Great.
Good. And here we have Raya Kent and Jeff Subru.
Hi.
Did I get that right this time?
Pretty close.
I was close enough?
Yeah.
Well, who are you then? Tell us who you are.
Well, you say Subaru. I say
Subaru.
you. You say Subaru, but
Yeah. Well,
Subaru. It's all right.
Subru.
Sabru.
I'll get there.
Yeah.
It's.
It's very close.
I, mean,
thought
it's
it
your
was
I was
Sub-
going to say it's
Never
fine,
mind.
but it's your last name, so I can't really be the judge of
It is fine though.
that. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad we do have some authoritative qualification on that. What are you guys playing?
Misery Business.
Misery Business. We've got lead and bass on this,
Yeah, I'll be doing lead.
tuned differently from one another.
Yeah.
The guitars drop C sharp. What's the bass?
I think I'm same.
Okay, well,
Yep.
I don't know what's going on.
It's cool.
Well, they're both
It's
tuned
cool.
Yeah.
differently than regular guitar.
Right.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And
this is
standard, I should say.
He's C sharp.
Right.
I'm D flat.
There we go. Perfect. I love it.
Cool.
I love it. Thank you for letting me not be 100% wrong in that. Yeah. Why don't we take a look at and this song? This song was highly requested, and there were some people that commented when the 6-song Paramore 1 song pack came out last January that I didn't have this. Well, guess what? We've got it now. We're gonna play it and continue to use that request app, which will hopefully be linked on your screen right about now. No more false starts. We're going to play Misery Business by Paramore.
Let's do it.
Nice. That's it.
Yeah.
It's in there. One job.
such a punchy, catchy jam.
Yeah, that's really their
it's a-
flagship tune. I think that was their first big smash hit.
Yeah, that's the one that I remember from what, like early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Probably have it written down. I don't have it written down when this came out. We know in the chat. We have the world's knowledge
We know.
at our fingertips. What was that? 2007. That is not early
Mm.
2000s.
You know.
Makes me. I was a young man once. No more. No more. That's, so we do have a question for Jeff Subaru.
Yes.
How are you settling in?
Very
the gig?
well.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
Now, have you been in the area, or did you come to the area for?
I've
this
been
gig?
in the Bay Area since 2012.
Okay, so the early 2000s.
So Paramore had been
In
around for
Yeah.
a couple years.
Yeah. And Ryan,
yeah.
Ryan, you are a staple of the Bay Area.
Yeah, yeah.
that
I've
safe
been
to
here
say?
since I was like 3 or something. So
Yeah. That's
all around the Bay Area. I mean, I moved out of the Bay Area too, but I came back.
good. Good. Good.
For
Well,
better or
I'm
worse.
glad. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're back personally.
Thanks.
Yeah. Anything else we wanted to say about Misery Business or Ms. Biz, as the kids call it?
I thought the bridge chords are very interesting in this song.
Let's talk about those.
Well,
There's a lot of
they
like.
just sound
open-
like there's nothing to talk about besides somebody had.
They just sound
They were
nice.
just probably trying stuff out in the studio. I think. Yeah, but
It's
this
got
is
some nice
interesting
open
voicing.
strings sort of mixed in with.
I did
Yeah.
hear another. I do have a Paramore. Some facts.
You have okay.
I don't know where I heard this, but I'm pretty sure that they basically Haley
Mhm.
was signed, and they basically said like you can do whatever you want. Do you want to do a band? Do you want to be a solo artist? She's like, no, I want a band. And they put them on the road for like 2 years before they made this record.
That's
So-
a good idea.
Yeah. So they were like, we're gonna make you guys amazing, and then do
Yeah.
a record. And
It's
that's what they did.
now I haven't played in a band in quite a long time, but it seems like it used to be the case where you would sort of workshop songs on the road
Mm-hmm.
and then record them, but that doesn't seem to be the case much anymore.
Probably. I mean, it's definitely good to play a song live because you know just to see what works. You might think a
Yeah.
song's awesome in a room
And
with
then
the band.
everybody
then-
goes to the bar.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like-
You go play
like,
the
I
song
guess
live.
that's-
It's good to see
that's-
what happens. You
I
know?
think record companies would get behind a band more financially back in the day because maybe it was more profitable. They didn't have there wasn't such
And-
like a slim margin.
Right,
Now
and they
it's
could
like everything
verify.
has to be packaged already, ready to sell
Right.
CDs at the gig, and
So even in
we
the-
miss that aspect now of like modern music.
so even in the-
organic.
it's not 2007 anymore.
yeah, like even in the mid to late 2000s, that was probably not the way things were mostly done, especially since she was put with a band,
Mm-hmm.
right? But to road test those songs, I think
Yeah.
that's
It's like old
interesting.
school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I appreciate that personally.
But then you get that was a little before everybody. I mean, everybody still had phones, but it wasn't like as prevalent.
Right.
People like filming and putting on YouTube. That would be a problem, I think, today. Everybody'd be like,
That's
"This is
true.
a new."
New,
And
yeah,
someone-
got a whole new album's worth of songs.
Someone's probably gonna
Yeah.
fact check me and be like, "That's totally wrong." So
Yeah, let me
I
check
heard
the
it
chat.
somewhere. I can't remember where.
Is Jeff wrong? Chat. No, I saw somebody wrote that's false, but it was in reference.
Perfect.
It was in reference to something else. But
My name.
at the time. Yeah. I'll get there. All right. How about we do a giveaway? Are we good with that?
Sounds good.
Okay, we're going to give away one of our 2 Ernie Ball prize packs. So if you are in the chat, please make sure you listen to what UB Jurassic, a.k.a. our Rocksmith community manager, Brian Turner, tells you to do. It's probably going to be exclamation raffle. We didn't have. Moobot did some innovations to its site. So UB Jurassic there got to figure out how to make things work for the now. And as far as I know, he's got it working, and everything should be raffling as you please. But yeah, if you listen to what he says, you have a chance to win one of these packs. The Ernie Ball prize pack will contain 2 packs of strings, one for 6-string guitar, one for 4-string bass. It's going to have 12 medium Ernie Ball picks. It's going to have 3 Rocksmith pink schoolboy picks, 1 black Ernie Ball strap, 1 package of Ernie Ball Wonder Wipes, and 1 peg winder. The peg winder does have a bit on it that will allow you to pull out the pegs on an acoustic guitar to help you restring those, which is very interesting. I haven't had a chance to try that on yet, but I'm looking forward to it because that was always a pain for me. hurt my little fingers whenever I tried to pull those little pegs out. But listen to what Ubi Jurassic says in the chat. He will guide you, direct you, and if you win, if you are the lucky winner, you will want to send him your full name, your shipping address, and your telephone number. And please, if you are outside of the U.S., when you send the address, make sure you separate out your street address, city, county, however your local regional post office does that, and so that we can get it to you and have no problems with international mailing if you are an international winner. If you're in the United States, we can probably figure it out, but try to make it look clean, make it look nice. That's really all we can ask. So yeah, listen to what Ubi Jurassic says in the chat, and he will get you those prizes. We are still doing a little bit of work here in the back end, doing some tuning. It's sounding pretty nice. Strings are going to G. Is that a G? That's a G. It's a little bit sharp. We're trying to bring it down just a bit so that we can get back to the stream. And we're back. How's it going? If you're just joining us, this is the Rocksmith dev stream. We do this every week. We play through the songs. This week we are going through 3 Paramore songs from the just released Tuesday Paramore Song Pack 2. Right now we are joined by 2 more guests, Andrew Levin, Amy Batista. How are you 2 doing?
I'm tired.
Good.
Do I have? Okay.
Yeah,
Pretty
you're
good.
back. Yeah. Andrew Levin, you are a note tracker here.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
That is not false.
Emmy, you are not a note tracker.
I am not a note
You
tracker.
are the production coordinator.
I pushed the
here.
button to go live.
It's a note
Oh, that's
tracker.
good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
tracker.
Yeah, so you're responsible for making sure people can even
Get the stuff.
get the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're also responsible for making sure people can get some of the stuff.
Yeah, like the actual things.
Yeah,
that
well, I
are
mean,
made.
I'm not trying to put you at odds with one another here. I'm not trying to say. So we'll keep things. We'll just
Don't need
keep
you, Emmy.
keep our civility. No, we need Emmy. I work with Emmy a
No,
lot.
we-
We've gotta,
No, I really-
need
we
her.
I'm
really-
going to give you the worst assignments from now on.
We really need you.
And this was your note track, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. We are talking, of course, about Rose-Colored Boy,
Mm-hmm.
which is very different from any of the other Paramore songs that we've had.
Yeah.
There are, they're all poppy, but this one certainly takes on a certain time. I
It's
would
like
say
synth pop.
it's very
kind of new
80s.
wave.
Yeah, yeah,
really cool
It's
tune.
nice, though.
yeah. New
Oh,
wave,
man.
not a genre that we have a whole lot of. So it's interesting to have this pretty new track. This one's from the songs from
It's recent.
the 20-something teens.
Yeah.
Not that I'm good at dates, as we've just seen.
I think it's pretty within the last
Like
few years.
2016?
Don't quote me on. It's either 2012, which is a while ago, or
it's
like
newer than that.
2016.
I think it's
Yeah.
2016.
One
They'll
of
say
the
in the
two.
chat. They'll say in the I'm not gonna reach
Somewhere
out.
Ask
in
and find out.
the
between-
chat, man.
Another-
Ask the chat.
Somewhere
well,
in between 1980
Someone Google
and
this.
today.
I prefer the conversation trying to figure out when it happened. Sometimes you ever do that when you have a question with somebody and you're talking about a topic
Mhm.
and neither of you are sure, but the conversation about trying
That
to
was
figure it out
2017.
is more.
Boom.
2017.
Well, there goes that. There
So
goes
it's
that
it's
conversation.
brand spanking new.
Oh, we
Yeah,
are
yeah.
tired today.
I'm good. I'm good. So yeah, Rose-Colored Boy.
Mhm.
Now it sounds like synth pop, but it's guitar.
Well, I mean,
There-
there's
with
synths
synth.
too.
Yeah, there's both.
There's a lot of
We've
synth
got
pop
both.
with guitars.
So with
but
the
yeah.
note track,
Yeah.
is it all guitar? Is
Yeah.
it synth, or is it split between
There are 3 guitar parts in
3
the
guitar?
song.
Okay, so what are we looking at?
Some really cool guitar stuff.
Well, I mean, but the lead.
Yeah,
what-
yeah, lead. Yeah, yeah. This is the lead bath.
Okay.
So live, the keyboard player switches between guitar and keyboards.
Okay.
And then I think the rhythm guitar player also switches between
Okay.
guitar and keyboards. They're all
Interesting.
multi-instrumental. And so yeah. So there are certain parts that I kind of was like, okay, well, one guitar player is playing synth part here while the other guitar player is playing guitar, and then they kind of switch. So like the rhythm part has a little bit of an amalgamation of both.
Okay. Interesting.
Not really mashed on top of each other, more like,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. But no alt paths in this one.
No, all pass.
This,
no.
okay. Cool. Well, and the bass is the bass an electric bass, or is this
Yeah, it's an electric
synthesized
bass.
Okay.
Yeah, electric
Okay. All right.
bass. Really cool
Pretty
stuff.
funky. Yeah.
Yeah, all of us note trackers are sitting there like, I think Shu said to me, he's like, man, I wish every song was Paramore song, because they're all really cool. They all have really cool parts. Obviously it's poppy, but like I personally like a lot of pop music,
Yeah.
and also This particular tune is no easier to play than the most shreddy stuff in the
Okay.
library.
Okay.
It's really tough to play, especially to play it well.
Right.
It's not an easy song. If you're looking to challenge yourself, you're on your rhythmic side of things. This is about as challenging as it gets. Really.
Interesting. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
let's take a look. This is Rose Colored Boy by Paramore, just released for Rocksmith Remastered.
Rose-colored boy, hear you making all that noise about the world you want to see. Oh, I'm so annoyed, 'cause I just killed off what was left of the optimist in me. My heart's so breaking, it was a raging one, and I have taken my glasses off. You got me nervous, right at the end of my rope. Half 50, girl, don't make me laugh out. Just let me cry a little bit longer. I ain't gonna smile if I don't want to. Hey, let me all can be like you. I wish we were all rose-colored too. Rose-colored boy. I want you to stop insisting that I'm not a lost cause, 'cause I've been through a lot. Really all I've got is just to stay pissed off. If it's alright, hearts are breaking, wars are raging on, and I have taken my glasses off. You got me nervous, and you're turning it into a joke. Half 50, girl, don't make me laugh out. Just let me cry a little bit longer. I ain't gonna smile if I don't want to. Hey, let me all can be like you. I wish we were all rose-colored too. Rose-colored boy. Maybe you're a little bit longer. I think I wanna stay in the car. Don't want anybody seeing me cry now. Say we got a little bit outside. Say well maybe if you wanna get blind. Say my eyes are getting too dark now. But boy, you ever seen my mind? Just let me cry a little bit longer. I ain't gonna smile if I don't want to. Hey, maybe I can be like you. I wish we were all rose-colored too. Just let me cry a little bit longer. I ain't gonna smile if I don't want to. I know we all can be like you. I wish we were all rose-colored too. Rose-colored
That's nice. Yeah, I like the delay in the rhythm. There's that pause
Mhm.
after a few of the verses. You have to wait for the resolution.
Oh, you mean the like part that's like
No. I think I believe the vocals answer. Okay, let's just listen. It's probably not going to play the part. Oh, yeah. Sometimes the boy, there's a delay. Yeah. All three of these songs have been in my head for the past 2 weeks.
Oh my God,
It's just been a constant rotation, along with a couple others that I've pulled up. But this one's been pretty constant up here.
Yeah, same here. I think
Yeah.
unconsciously this song has been
Yeah.
in my head
And I
now that I
was-
think about
And I
it.
was watching the lead part, and it reminds me a little bit of like the Duran Duran
Yeah, totally.
tracks we have. Which so again with the new wave situation we've got going on here. I
Mhm.
like it. Yeah. Did you have any anecdotes, any interesting information?
And
Well,
how I played this? I
yeah.
played it Van Halen style. I made my own. I ignored the whole finger thing. It just, I was just like, I'm just gonna play it the best way I can.
Okay.
The bass
Yeah.
part is gnarly
Yeah.
in this song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had a lot of like surprises. Like,
There's
oh
little-
hey,
little
and I hadn't
octave.
been practicing it, so this was
Uh-oh.
100%.
Okay.
And I was like, here we go.
Oh
Yeah.
well, thank you
Yeah.
for joining us.
I had to really I note track the song. I spent 2 weeks like in it, and I had to like go over it and slow down certain parts in order to, especially that bridge part. I don't know if I can get some. Oh, there we go. It's a lot of really crazy, just like
right, just like little little bits, little lines
Yeah.
interjected.
super angular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good description. We had a few people ask about the guitar that you're playing, which is not your guitar. This is a studio guitar.
Yeah.
But what do we know? What do we got here?
Well, I
Epiphone
found it.
Les Paul. You found it? Did you find it over
right there?
there? Yeah.
And it sounds like Dan has something to say.
It's an Epiphone SL100.
It's an
That is a-
Epiphone SL100.
Oh, thank you, Andrew Levin.
Yeah.
With no help from
Yeah.
off
No.
screen.
Who? I just.
We
Who
keep
knows?
Dan
It's fine.
handy at all
Yeah.
times.
Handy Dan.
There was a little bird
That's
that told me earlier. Yeah.
Actually, I do have another cue for you to possibly A. What is the difference between overdrive and distortion?
That is kind of in a way a subjective question.
Okay.
The way I think about it is overdrive is kind of tends to be not quite as distorted as like a drive
So
or a
like
distortion.
fuzzier?
No.
No.
So when let's say you take an amp, right, and you're in clean tone, right, and you turn the gain knob up,
Mhm.
and it just starts to break up just a little bit, and it's still kind of clean, but just getting a little bit of that grit. That's where you start getting into overdrive territory. And then it's maybe overdrive for a little bit, and an example of an overdriven tone would be a lot of like 60s and like kind of pre-Van Halen 70s guys
Yeah.
were more overdrive because it wasn't such a saturated distortion sound. You could still kind of hear the guitar a little bit. You could still it was still a little bit more punchy. And then once you start getting into more distortion territory, like if you turn my volume up real quick, this is distortion, so you
Yeah.
can't even hear the guitar at all.
Yeah. Is it safe to say that distortion is a bit more consistent despite the volume at which you're playing? Whereas overdrive, you might be able to push it a bit
I guess you could
to get more.
Again, it's just about how much saturation is really
Okay.
in the how much gain you're talking
Don't
about.
listen to me.
Yeah. Because as you can hear, again, it's like I guess you could say there's more sustain with a distorted tone
Okay.
if you have. You just keep going and going. You hear that?
I do.
But
I know that song.
yeah, but overdrive again, it's maybe a little more of what you would think of as like a classic blues tone. Is that overdrive? No, okay. We don't have one.
Oh.
So there's clean tone.
Yeah.
There's like maybe slightly overdriven. I would call that more of a distorted tone. Anyways, basically, like take Stevie Ray Vaughan for example. Like Stevie Ray Vaughan lead tone is usually more of an overdrive. It's still a little bit clean. It's still a little bit punchy. It's not like straight like Van Halen distortion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're not one is not better than the other. I generally prefer an overdrive unless I'm like really wailing. But to a distortion. But yeah.
Just for my sake, let's throw fuzz into the mix. So how does that fit in?
It's just a different type of distortion.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically a similar thing to drive distortion, except maybe even more saturated, right? And fuzzy.
Fuzzy. Yeah.
Let's see if this is kind of a maybe not quite a fuzz. Yeah.
Okay.
Just a quality of tone, I guess.
Okay. So it's according to Andrew Levin, it's largely subjective.
Kinda, yeah.
It's whatever. It's like when you do a tasting of something and you just say, "Oh, that sounds like fuzz."
Yeah, exactly.
That's reminiscent.
Yeah, it's like having a really sophisticated palate.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
exactly.
There you go. Yeah. So
Drive palate.
once you train your ear up, you'll be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, exactly.
Instinctively.
Exactly. And once you spend a lot of money on pedals too.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
more pedals,
yeah.
the
It helps you. It helps explain away the purchases if you can have a vocabulary for why you bought.
Exactly.
These 3 distortion pedals and
Yeah.
these 3 overdrive pedals.
So you're gonna need to buy a drive pedal,
Yeah.
a distortion pedal, an overdrive pedal, and a fuzz pedal.
Yes.
Preferably 3 of each
At minimum.
at minimum.
Yeah.
And they have to be at least $300 per pedal.
Oh, that's a lot.
No.
That's a lot. Don't,
Kidding.
no, don't listen.
Don't listen
yeah.
to me. You don't need
Uh,
all that.
Hey,
Yeah,
let's do a giveaway.
I'll stop talking.
Let's do
Sorry.
no, you're fine. You're
I
fine.
like the sound of my own voice.
Yeah, we're gonna give away 5 copies of this week's Paramore Song Pack 2 DLC. So make sure you listen to what UB Jurassic says in the chat once again for that. While we're doing that, we're gonna take a look way back to Rocksmith 1, when Elliot Rudner, aka Toy Machine SH, aka the Riff Repeater, had hands-on with the first Rocksmith. You're gonna see some old UI. So hold on for that. And enjoy this video while we give away copies of Paramore 2. We'll see you in just a few minutes.
My name's Elliot Rudner. I have been playing music games since 2005. Rocksmith is different because it's a game built around a guitar, and the other games are built around a video game. Rocksmith lets you plug in any real guitar. I have an Epiphone Demon V at home. I'm looking forward to plugging it into Rocksmith. I always wanted to play guitar, but I wasn't too good. You know, I learned a few Nirvana riffs, but it was never anything like too impressive. Then I found out that the game was actually coming to a concert called Heavy T.O. As much as I wanted to see Opeth and Megadeth, I also wanted to play Rocksmith. I went right to the tent as soon as I came in. I played it. I was just blown away. You're holding a guitar and you're just like, you're playing into an Xbox 360 or a PlayStation. It's just, wow. I definitely like that it uses kind of like arcade games to teach actual guitar skills, and sometimes very advanced guitar skills. When I get this game, I'm going to sit down, all my friends are going to be like, here, plug in a guitar. I'm definitely going to recommend it, and I think anyone that wants to, if you have the drive to put in the time to actually give the game a chance and play it, then definitely, you'll definitely pick it up and learn something.
And welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is the Rocksmith Weekly Dev Stream. My name is Doug Lilly. I'm the Rocksmith community developer. And if you have been with us for a while, you'll know that at this point in the stream, usually we'll play a bonus track if we only have a 3-song pack come out this week. That is no different this week. However, there is going to be a slight change, one that I'm welcome and I'm excited about. This week, we talked to our friend Elisa Rockdock, who's here in the chat as far as I know. Hi, Elisa. Elisa and her co-conspirator Evan stream pretty much every Monday. They have a preview stream of the week's DLC, and we reached out to them and asked if they wanted to do the bonus track for this week. So we will let them introduce themselves in chat and on camera. And this is coming from the past, full disclosure, but the recent past. They are going to perform Pressure from the first Paramore song pack, and after that, we'll be right back live.
Sound speeds.
Hi, everybody. I'm Elisa,
I'm Evan.
and we are.
Crimson. That sucks.
That was so bad. Okay. Hey, I'm Elisa,
I'm Evan.
and we are members of a rock band called Crimson. You might know us from a little song called Don't Stop, which is an unlockable song in Rocksmith 2014.
If you do, don't stop.
And you You might also know us from our Monday night streams where we play the latest and greatest in Rocksmith DLC. We take your requests, and sometimes we play acoustic shows. More importantly, we feature this little guy. His name is Robert.
He's not little.
No, he's quite large.
What's that URL?
That is twitch.tv/ElisaRockDoc. Now, I've been singing most of my life. I've only started playing bass, though, because of Rocksmith, and it's kind of cool that I could actually just learn how to play a cool instrument with a video game. You, however, have been playing guitar for
26 years. I went to school for it. Not sure if I recommend that. I still work professionally as a musician. Also not sure if I recommend that. Just kidding, that's the most fun job in the world. No, Rocksmith is an incredible tool. Even for me, I still like learning material through Rocksmith. And the school system isn't doing it, so hey, thanks, Ubi.
We are really happy to be bringing you another great Paramore track that is available right now, in addition to all of this awesome DLC you just got. Paramore is a great band, and personally, I feel really honored as a member of Crimson to be playing Paramore, because I feel like Paramore was a huge influence on me when I was writing music in the early 2000s, and seeing Hayley Williams up there doing the thing and singing incredibly personal songs in a style that I absolutely admired was inspiration for me to keep going, because I figured if she can do it, then maybe we could too.
And you share a birthday.
We do share a birthday.
So the new material that Paramore has been putting out is very, very good. I like the 80s vibe they're going for. But I have a certain fondness for I'll call it the Farrow Brothers era. The Farrow Brothers play guitar and drums. The guitar and drums are so interesting and complex, especially for the 17, 18 years old they were when they were writing this material.
Kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, so we decided to go with Pressure today to kind of showcase some of that and just how interesting you can be in, a pop rock band, which isn't supposed to be too avant-garde, you know what I mean? So it's really fun material to play. I'm mad that I didn't write it,
So we are here playing another Paramore song that is available to you in Rocksmith 2014, and that is Pressure from their debut album, All We Know Is Falling. And this is one of my favorite Paramore records, one, because it was the first time I heard Paramore, and it was incredibly effective, but also because I love what the Farrow Brothers are doing on guitars and drums.
Guitar parts.
So good.
So many extra little single note. The whole chorus is what is it? I don't know, but it's like something
That's
that
such a
high
good part.
in a pop tune. It's to put something that loud and that high above the vocalist is
Yeah.
like a hard no. But it's a no. They're like, no, this is gonna work. It's gonna work, and it absolutely works.
And that's something, considering how high Hayley actually sings
Yes,
on this tune,
exactly.
which
So-
is super, super great.
So let's do it.
I love it. Also, this song joins a lot of really good company with this new pack that just came out. I think now we have a really good kind of microcosm of Paramore in all of its forms.
Tell me what our time went, and if it was time well spent. Just don't let me fall asleep, feeling empty again. 'Cause I fear I might break, and I fear I can't take it. Tonight I'm
This guitar part is awesome. Also, this.
Even the bass player does a little bendy every once in a while.
Now that I'm losing hope, and there's nothing else to show for all of the days that we spent carried away from home. Some things I'll never know, and I had to
like how it just forces you to do that index finger bend. Just like the way the pattern lines up. Sometimes it forces you to bend it sharp like I just did. And we're coming up to the part that I always mess up. Needs to transition. Yep, mess it up again.
Come on, Ripper Peter. I love what it does in this last chorus here, vocally and rhythmically.
Love that song.
I love this song so much. I love this band so
I
much.
love that song. I love Paramore. I love Dan and Doug.
All the note trackers.
I love Ubi. I love Rocksmith.
I love Sharon.
And I love everybody watching this. I love
Everybody.
most of the people watching this.
You know who you are.
Yeah.
So we have Ignorance from the Brand New Eyes album, which is a great, great song. We also have Rose Colored Boy from
see?
their newest album, which is such a close song to my heart because you are my rose colored boy.
I know.
Especially just the line, I want you to stop insisting that I'm not a lost cause, because I've been through a lot. And I feel like we can all relate to that. So that song in general is amazing. And I just love how they're able to transition their sound in such a way that it still feels fresh, but the earnestness of the lyrics are still there. The musicianship is still there. It just sounds different.
I like how they made an 80s synth pop record without any synths, or at least relying heavily on guitars rather than synths.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope. And then finally, the song that I think a lot of us have been wanting is Misery Business.
Oh. We were doing a cover gig once, and it was the last song of the night, and we're not going to show you here, but it's the last song of the night, and Elisa was singing Misery Business, and I'm always to her right. That's just how I always set up on stage. And it gets to the solo, so she starts headbanging, and I'm running around and swinging my guitar neck, and I clock her in the side of the head.
Right here.
It bled a lot.
Profusely.
6 stitches, the ER for hours.
Everywhere.
That was a lot of fun.
Tetanus shot.
We have decided to not put that picture in this stream.
No, because that is...
Because that's just rude.
That is just a...
I wouldn't do that to Dan and Doug.
That is not
Love y'all
ESRB
too much.
approved.
If you're not squeamish and you want to really see it, we will show it on our live stream Monday night.
Yes.
Next. When is this?
This is Thursday.
Just show up on Monday.
Show up next Monday.
I don't care what Monday. Just show up on
We'll
Monday.
have a picture. Needless to say that people walked up to me after the show and thought that someone had thrown a daiquiri at me. I was wearing a white shirt. That was not salvageable. But I made it. I made it through the song. And that is the absolute illustration of one of the A, most metal moments of my life, and B, one of the most professional rock music moments of my life, because I finished the song.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, A, check out some more absolutely metal moments and see me covered in blood, or check out some more Rocksmith goodness. We do this every single Monday night at twitch.tv/ElisaRockDoc. From all of us here on the Rock Doc couch, I've been Elisa.
I've been Evan.
This is Robert. We'll see you Monday night. Rock on, everybody. Enjoy your Paramore pack.
Hello again. We are live once more. Thank you, Elisa. Thank you, Evan. Thank you, even Robert, for making that video for us so that we could share. If you want to follow Lisa, that information will be in the chat. And this is not her first time on this stream. She joined us back with the Backstage Pass program that happened last March. So if you want to watch Elisa here in the studio, construction. if you want to see Elisa here in the studio, check out our Twitch streams from March to find the Backstage Pass special stream. Right now, we're going to take a look at some music in case you missed it. If you like Paramore, you also might like Paramore. Last January, we came out with a 6-song Paramore pack that included Ain't It Fun, Brick by Boring Brick, Pressure, which you just heard played, Still Into You, The Only Exception, and Crush, 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 which is always fun for me to spell. Along with that, there is one Rocksmith 2014 on-disc track from Paramore called Now. And also, if you like Paramore, you might like some more sort of upbeat, poppy, but still heavier music. The All-American Rejects song pack, which came out in 2015, includes Dirty Little Secret, Gives You Hell, and Move Along, 3 really poppy, catchy songs. And let's take a look and see if we have any questions. What guitar was that in the video? Unfortunately, I can't answer because I wasn't there. I think they mentioned it. I think it was said in chat, but Toy Machine SH at some point wanted to know which guitar that was in the video, but the video wasn't recorded here, so I don't know. They'll probably say in the chat. It'll be fine. We do have a, I want to call it a technical situation. Technically, it's a situation, but it's more of a personnel thing. Because of the construction, there are certain routes to this studio that are now cut off. So people may have missed that notification, and right now it's just you and me. We're here alone. Well, David Stevens is still on the board, the Wheels of Steel, and Andrew Levin is running the game. Well, will be once we can run the game. But other than that, we're just chatting. We're just talking. Andrew, do you want to come back out and join us while we talk? We can chat. I like to chat. Hello, Andrew Levin. Hey, this is a sort of strange look behind the mirror. Look behind the camera.
Hey, I'm back.
Hey, so we can David, do you want to come out here too? We can all just hang out and talk. David can't leave the board. He says. I disagree. I think it's fine. So, any Paramore facts trivia that you have? Any questions from the chat that we can take a look at? That we haven't yet.
Nothing other than we all like Paramore.
right. I think we've all just been just kind of pleased.
Yeah, I don't know anybody who dislikes Paramore.
Right.
I've
like
never
just
heard
like,
anybody say anything negative about that band. They're
Right.
really they're a cool band. I mean, they kind of tick all the boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I heard something. So it's just us here. How about that local sports team? Asks Risen72.
Which one?
I'm not from the area. I mean, I should probably know. I think
we got
there's
the Warriors.
The Warriors.
We got
Gold State Warriors. Yeah, I know that one.
We got the Giants.
49ers.
We got the 49ers. We got the Sharks, if you
What is
include
it?
San Jose hockey.
Sure. San Jose sounds good.
Yeah, David was happy about the Sharks. He lives
Clearly,
in San Jose. I don't know if that's true, but he gave us a thumbs up. So
Red Wings.
Red Wings.
I'm not good at sports.
America built Red Wings. I don't know.
I don't know
Okay,
what
we
that means.
have.
Hey, they were found. Where have you two been? How's it going? Yeah, I love it. So we get to watch. This is what happens usually when myself. Oh. Well, but you're in the guitar. You're in the guitar seat. We have designated spots for lead guitar and non-lead guitar. And Greg has taken it upon himself to just sit wherever you want. You welcome.
Making us more late than we already are.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Sorry, everyone.
Yep.
We'll call this content. This is bonus content for the stream.
We had a very good reason.
Yeah. So usually when the camera's just on me, here's another look behind things. When the camera's just looking at me and I'm talking about whatever, usually this is happening to my left, and people are tuning and calibrating. You can probably hear it because I don't talk very loud, and the mic probably picks up the strings as well as it picks me up. But yeah, this is a nice sort of behind the scenes look. If this were on a DVD or a Blu-ray, this would be a special feature.
All right, then.
Yeah. Brian Chu.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Greg Studley.
Howdy.
Hello.
You know, the craziest thing happened.
Sure,
like,
sure.
You know,
Sorry, I'm just
a
tuning.
lion escaped from the San Francisco Zoo,
Oh,
so
wow.
we were helping them catch the tiger.
Oh,
or
the,
did I
the
say
tiger? The
yeah,
tiger?
it was a tiger. It was a liger. Liger.
There's a
Yes,
hole.
It was a liger.
There's a hole in your tail. In your story. That was a weird thing to say. There's a hole in your story.
And that is why we are late.
Okay. Did you catch the liger?
We did.
We did. Yeah, I mean, we had to obviously
was-
protect ourselves with our instruments.
Yeah.
But
So like the
yeah.
six-string samurai,
Mm-hmm.
but not you.
No, I'm the
'Cause you're not a-
four-string samurai.
And then Greg decided to help the old lady across the street
Uh-huh.
carry her groceries.
That was
It
nice of you.
really
Well,
nice
you know,
of
it's good to help the community, which is one thing we like to do here.
True. It's true.
That's all I got.
Okay. You no tracked this, Brian Chu.
I did.
They did. What are we looking at for this song?
Lots of chords.
Chords.
The
Right
bass is tuned to D standard.
D standard.
This is the
It's
one I
kind
was
of a
thinking about.
weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. Yeah.
Okay, so D standard on the bass.
Mhm.
Guitar is
just E
E
standard.
standard. Okay,
yeah.
so this is what I was earlier. I was talking about how the bass and guitar were tuned differently from one another.
Yeah.
I was wrong because that was a different song, and that one didn't do that. But this is the song because I switched them. I switched them today. This was going to be the first song, which is you would have been really late.
Oh right.
if that was the case.
Were we late?
No, you're fine.
Oh,
I was early.
excellent.
So yeah, what's the deal?
Well, actually, like I said, Greg had to help that old lady cross the street, and
No.
then like,
What's the deal with the tuning? The
Oh,
difference in tuning.
the tuning.
Why?
I actually don't know why. I remember asking myself why, and I never really figured it out. I mean, there are some low D's in it.
There are.
So that's probably why.
Okay.
I
There-
mean, he
yeah,
could have. He
there are a
could have
few
probably
opens.
just played the the D on the 5th fret, but maybe they really wanted that low D.
Just that wavery.
Yeah, I mean,
They're just little passing notes though, which is interesting. They're not like it doesn't play it in repetition. It's just it's a bounce off the D and right back. So it is a little interesting. They decided to take the low tuning for that.
yeah, maybe it has to do with some shapes that they're playing on the A string. It works better to do it in D standard instead of like drop D or something. I don't know. That could be it as
Checks
well.
out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at Ignorance. Oh, not yet.
Oh dang!
Oh, the song wasn't late. The song arrived
As did we.
when it intended to.
Caught me off guard.
If I'm a bad person, you don't like me. Well, I guess I'll make my own way. It's a circle, I mean cycle. I can't excite you anymore. Where's your gavel? Your
most this past week.
Ignorance?
Yeah.
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 It's a great tune.
It is. That
Good energy.
It is.
Yeah.
She's mad. I like it when she's mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I had a question from the chat, but
Sure.
before we get to that, was there any other comments that you had on the?
Yeah, just one thing in general about Paramore. They're just such a great band, and they one thing that I really like about Paramore is the fact that both guitar players are usually doing different things. So in this tune, you'll notice that the chord voicing for the D major chord is actually played like this. But at times when you watch them play live, one of the guitar players will also play this D chord. So what I really like is that sometimes both guitar players will play basically the same chord, but they'll deviate between voicings to make really wide voicing. So if someone plays this and someone else plays that at the same time, you just get a kind of a different sound. It's wider instead of both guitar players playing the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
More, like is that sort of like wall of sound esque?
Yeah,
Or just-
yeah.
just-
I,
just
and
sort of
yeah, it's just more complex. I mean, I don't know. It's just a bigger sound. Yeah.
Cool.
In
Thank
general.
you. Thank you. Did you have any comments?
That was fun.
That was fun. It is fun.
It's just it's a fun
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, the little run. I played this one a few times on bass.
Oh yeah, definitely a fun one for bass.
Yeah.
Like good energy and good grooves all the way through.
Yeah, absolutely. So the question from the chat: when you were, and I'm going to state it, and it's pretty subjective, but I'm going to restate it a different way that I might be able to get a different answer out of.
Okay.
So the question is: when you're learning a new song, how far do you go before you stop and move on? I'm going to rephrase that question as: if you were teaching someone a song, what would be the indicators that they should move on to a different song?
You mean
when would you consider them to have learned the song?
Learn the song.
Yeah, it's a weird sort of ethereal question.
It depends per person. Like, it depends on what your goal is. Like, if you really want to learn the song, I guess a great place to stop is if you can just play through the song memorized, and you can play along to the recording. That's always a great way to be like, okay, I know this song.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think?
Another factor to take into account is, if you can play everything that needs to be played, but speed is the final factor, then that will come with more playing, with time.
Yeah.
Like just as you get more comfortable with the instrument, you will be able to play faster. But if you can play everything correct at like 90% speed, you should feel as if you do know how to play the song. I mean, you should feel confident in that. Yeah. But the speed will come if you revisit the song in another month or two or 6 months. Those elements sometimes do take longer.
Yeah.
Like patterns you can get down, but the speed of those patterns is something that can hold you back for longer than you might want. But it's still a good thing to feel that you've gotten the song down if you're at 90%.
Okay. 90% speed.
90% speed, because speed is just, it's a thing. It's just, it's sometimes that last element where you can play everything right, you just can't do it fast enough. And sometimes you just got to revisit it the next, 6 months or a year later, and you will be able to do more than you could the year before.
Yeah, and I mean, Rocksmith has a great feature that allows you to basically slow down the entire song.
Exactly.
And you can play through the whole thing at like, I don't know, 75% or even 99.99% probably.
Yeah. And you can have it, and you can have it automatically restart and boost the speed up every time you hit enough notes where they need to be. So set some goals. Find out what it is. So I guess the question initially needs to be answered by the person posing it, because they need to find out what their goals are with the song.
Yes.
Before they move on.
Right.
And then work up speed. And so you think 90% is sort of, it's a good, if you're not able to play at 100%, but you can play it at 90%, keep working on something else. And then get the technique down.
It's not that
chops.
Yeah, it's not that you
back
can't
down to it.
learn something else while you're learning. Like you can learn 2 or 3 things concurrently. Like I remember when I was growing up, learning how to play guitar, I was always working on like 3 or 4 tunes at a time, just because I loved learning music and I just wanted to play all my favorite songs. So and every song is so different that you'll get something out of trying each tune. And it doesn't matter if you're like, mastering every single thing right away. It's always a process. Trust the process.
I'd also say on that front, like you were saying that like you to play multiple songs, but have one in the forefront, to be like this is the main song I want to get down right now.
Yeah.
But when you're playing 3 or 4 other songs on the side, just to kind of keep yourself going and entertained while you're really focused on one, that's really healthy, because that way you can play some stuff for fun and some stuff for like very legitimate, hardcore practice.
If you start getting frustrated,
you can always go to those other songs.
Don't feel like you have to get too nitpicky with one thing and get completely stuck.
Yeah.
When you're learning, because that's definitely a progress stopper, if anything.
Yeah.
More than what we were just saying, like learning a couple different tunes at the same time.
So make a playlist.
Mastering it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a playlist.
Yeah.
Go through it. Revisit it.
Find an album you like. Learn like half of the tunes on it.
Yeah,
that's a good way to go. That's what I used to do.
Because if you if you join a band, especially if it's like a cover band or something with like just a huge catalog that they might go through, you might have to learn more than 3 songs in a pretty short amount of time.
Yeah,
and even from week to week or month to month, adding on like a whole new like suite of staples for the band. Yeah. It's a lot, but
worth it.
Absolutely,
totally worth it though.
All right, thank you both once again for joining us.
Glad we made it.
I forgive you. We're going to do one more giveaway. This is our second and final for the night, for the day, Ernie Ball prize pack. So make sure you're listening to what UB Jurassic says in the chat. He is going to guide you, tell you how you can win one of these Ernie Ball prize packs. The pack includes 2 sets of strings, one for 6-string guitar, one for 4-string bass. It includes a mix of 12 medium Ernie Ball picks. And it's going to have 3 pink Schoolboy Rocksmith picks, 1 black Ernie Ball strap, 1 package of Wonder Wipes, and 1 peg winder. And if you win and you want to shout out Ernie Ball, they are at Ernie Ball on Twitter, and they love it when you post pictures of your prizes. They also love it when you use hashtag #IPlaySlinky. If you win those and use those strings, they appreciate that shout out, and we appreciate them because they've been supporting us with these prize packs for a long time, and we like that. And we like you. Coming up next week, we're going to have another pack of DLC that we're going to look at here on the Rocksmith dev stream with a new set of guests. Probably some overlap. I'm not sure yet. We'll figure it out. If you want to have maybe a little sneak peek at what that pack is going to be, make sure you head to the forums tomorrow. UB Saraxia is going to post a clue from RS222, our good friend, who has been making clues for us for quite a while, used to solve the clues in no time flat, and has been put to work making them. Not work, but he makes them for us, and we post them, and we like it. It's a good relationship. It works for us. We appreciate it. We'll be back with more music next week. Check that out. Check us out on Twitter. We are at Rocksmith Game on Twitter and Instagram. On Facebook, we are facebook.com/Rocksmith. I got it right that time. I wrote it down because I'm smart on occasion. Check us out on social media. Let us know how you're feeling about things. Let us know what you think of the music. Facebook, we check it all the time. UB Jurassic's there. UB Jurassic is there. Sometimes Black Widow is there. On the forums, we talk to you. We answer your questions. We like it when you ask us questions. We're going to start maybe taking questions that you ask us on social media and apply them to this stream so that we can address more of the concerns that the community as a whole has. We do appreciate you, and thank you for joining us. We will see you next week.
I'm in the business of misery. Let's take it from the top. She's got a body like an hourglass, it's ticking like a clock. It's a matter of time before we all run out. When I thought he was mine, she caught him by the mouth. I waited a long month, she finally set him free. I told him I couldn't lie. friend. Ignorance is your new best friend.